Hello, everyone. Good evening. Bharat, can we start?
Yes, sir, you can start now.
Yeah. So, very good evening to everyone. Hope you are able to hear my voice. I'll be sharing my screen. So, we will be starting with PowerPoint application. Thank you, everyone, for joining in such large number. I've shared my screen. If you all are able to see the screen, you can just put yes in the chat box. So in our every session, chat box will be a good medium to get the responses. So everyone can definitely do that. So I will know that you are able to connect with me through the chat. I've shared my screen. Is everyone able to see my screen? You can put yes in the chat box. Also, one more thing is that if you have joined the session from your laptop or a desktop machine, do open the PowerPoint. And before we start, I'll just brief you about, yes, good evening, everyone. We will be starting with the base of the application. And we'll be learning first the entire interface, that what all options are available which place, and one by one we'll be exploring each of them with different exercises as well as learning them. So our first objective is to understand the application interface, and once we do that, then we move towards the learning of the different options and tools which are there. So first question to all of you before we get into this is, how many of you are currently using PowerPoint in your day-to-day work? My question is to all of you, that how many of you are using PowerPoint in current day-to-day work, what you are doing? Rarely, okay. Once a while, barely using current for college presentation, for college projects. Okay, so there are a mix of people, college students also available, college PPTs, yes. Sometimes. Yeah, PPT, PowerPoint presentation. Okay, majorly college presentations. Any people using for professional work or any business presentations? Only one time at college. So people, you have to respond so that we get more and more inputs, and we can explore this application in a much more way as well as the entire session what we'll be having. We'll be definitely working on the practical usage of it rather than just doing the theoretical part. So more of the sessions would be on the practical side. So whatever we do in the session, you are also going to practice it with me. So it would be really beneficial for all of you. So yes, in MBA college presentation, most of the MBA students really, they have to do in all subjects the presentations And nowadays, almost every stream, people are doing presentations using PowerPoint and various other applications to do that. And PowerPoint is a part of the MS Office applications. It's a very much widely used application in terms of the presentation, wherein in the current scenario where the application has evolved in terms of lot of new options available, wherein it helps us to create our presentation in much more creative way, as well as managing the application in a much more easier way. So let's look at the interface. So at the top, the bar which is there, that's called the title bar. On the title bar, on the extreme left corner, we have an auto save button. Now this button, what we have, it is to save the file in your OneDrive. So that's the Microsoft OneDrive. It's a cloud storage, which is available for people who have the subscription of it, or the MS Office, which we use. If we have a subscription based version, then we are able to use this option. So if I click on this option on it, then it will ask me to save the file on the Microsoft OneDrive. The benefit of this is that it gets stored and I can access it from anywhere, wherever I am, through the cloud storage. So this is same like Google Drive. Microsoft has OneDrive. So that option is there. If not, no worries at all. Once, if you have that subscription based option, you can definitely work on that as well. Now, if you want to check the PowerPoint version which you are using, then you can go to File. In the File, on the extreme left, you will see all these options available. In here, as you go down, you will see Account. So when you click on Account, you will get more options. On this side, you will see your About PowerPoint, a button. So as you click on it, as you click on this, a box will open, and in the bold letters at the top, you will see that which version of PowerPoint this is. Yes, some people have raised hands. So Shubhani, if you have any questions, you can ask also. There are many people who have raised hands. If you're not able to unmute yourself, you can also put the question into the chat box. I'll address to it. So in this box, we have the, yes, so very simple steps are there to see the which version of PowerPoint you are using. Is you need to go to the File tab, click on the File tab, and here you will get the options. So on the left side, you will see all these options are there. As you go downwards on the left side, you will see Account is there. When you click on the account, you will be able to see what product you are using. So at the top, it is written, or else there is About PowerPoint option is there. So that you can click and you can see a box will open. In this box, at the top in the bold letters, the version will be there. So my version is Microsoft 365 MSO version, 32-bit version it is. This is the version what we have right now, which I am using. So a little bit of here and there differences would be there depending on the versions what we use, but majority of the options are common at all versions. So don't worry about a little bit of here and there as well, but the main usability options which are there, that we are going to focus on. So that's the top bar what we see in the autosave, which saves the file onto the cloud storage, which is Microsoft OneDrive. Then we have the other part, this part which is there, that is called the quick access toolbar. A small area which is there, it has the buttons which are here. So as I click on this more button, I'll be able to see a list of more options here. So whichever right now having tick mark, they are, whichever has the tick mark, they are visible here right now. So if I want to add any more button like save button, I can just click here and you will see that button will be added here. I'm seeing people are raising hands. So like Atiti, Sharanya, if you are able to unmute, you can ask or you can put it into the chat box. Is Bhargav. So that's the quick access toolbar where we can add the options, that is the buttons, which we want to frequently use. So that will help you to add. So there is a small button here, which is called more button. And that area is called quick access toolbar. Whichever options are having a tick mark right now, they are visible right now. And if you don't want to see them as well, you can just unselect it by clicking back on it. It will go away. Apart from the list, what I see here, if I want to add something more, you can click on more command. Another box will open. In this box here, I have all these commands, all the different options available. Out of these options, if I want to add anything onto quick access toolbar, I can just click on that option, just select the option and click on add. So you will see that bullets are added here and then I can click OK. As I click OK, the options will get added. So everyone can try this option of quick access toolbar. Try everyone. If you have any questions, you can put in the chat box. Yes, I'll repeat the step of adding the options through the quick access toolbar. So when you come here at the top, you have the quick access toolbar option that is called customizing the options. So you can just come here. There are already list of options available. If you select out of this, that button will be added here. And if you want to add any other options which are not available in this list, you will go down and select more command. When you select more command, you will see a box will open. In this here, you will see the entire list of commands which are available. Out of this, whichever command you want to add, you can just select that, select the command and click on add. From the list, if any command you want to remove, you can just select on it and remove. That will remove that command as well. So adding and removing is very simple. Select it, click on add, select it and click on remove. It will remove that. Once you have done that, you can just click on the OK and you will see those buttons will be added on the quick access toolbar. So everyone try adding the buttons in the quick access toolbar. Once you have done that, you can just put done in the chat box. Once I've seen the message done, then I will do the next option. I hope everyone is able to get the option quick access toolbar. Then after the quick access toolbar, you have the name of the file. So right now, since this is a new document which I've opened, I see presentation one. Once you save the file with a name, that name will be visible here. And it also shows the application name. After this name, you have a search bar. Now this search bar is available only on the new versions. And here the purpose of this search bar is to search the option which are within the PowerPoint application. So if I'm looking for certain options, like I want to look for, let's say, fonts. So I just type in font and it will show me the font options. So whichever the font related options are there, I'll be able to see that through this search bar. So I can immediately use the search options. I want to insert slide. So as I type slide, it will show me the options related to slide. Also, as you go downwards, you also see more options like get help, or if any files are related to that, it will also show in that search as well. So this search has been improved in a lot way, as earlier options were only seen which are there in the application, but now I can see more options like getting help, then searching for the files similar with names which are there in my system. That also it does. Yes, you can also find the saved files which are there inside the system. So if you look at my screen right now, you can see at the bottom here, there are files which are having the slide name which is there. So this search has become a little more powerful than the earlier. Yes, if you are having an old version, maybe the search bar is not visible, but once you update it, you will definitely see that search bar. So it's a good option to use, like to search the files. Nowadays, we have a lot of files on the system. And if you remember the keywords related to the file, immediately you can search that as well. A very important part while you're saving the files, putting the keywords like how the Google search or any other search works. Similar to that, this also works, right? Putting the keywords. So while you are saving the file, you can definitely add the keyword that will help you to search the file. Then you will have the subscriber name and related options which are there for the subscribers that it shows. Then you have minimize option, restore, and close. These are the common options which almost every user of the Microsoft Office knows. Then comes the tab part. So this area which is there, it's the tabs. In the new versions, we call it as tabs to them. Very old versions, we used to call as a menu, but nowadays we call it as tab. Every tab which is there, it will have a ribbon. So ribbon which is available, this ribbon will have all the options in the form of buttons or drop downs. And we are going to work on each of the different options available on each ribbon. So as you click on any of the titles, you will see the different ribbons icon will be there. Each ribbon has groups and they are being named here at the bottom. So like table, images, illustrations, links, comments, all these are different options available in each ribbon. So as we'll work on different exercises, we'll be able to access to all these options as well. Before we go ahead, if anyone has any questions, they can just put through chat or they can unmute and speak as well. the ribbon which is there, which we can add more values to it on the ribbon, like more buttons if you have something. But if you want to manage this, you can definitely do by going to the customize ribbon option. So if you select any of the uh, tabs here, you can just right click on it and select the customize the ribbon option. So as you click on the customize ribbon option, on the right side, you will see these all options available here. So wherever these checkboxes are there, if you select those checkboxes, the tabs are visible. And inside each tab, you see all the options are there. So you can manage this. You can move them up, down, wherever you want to. Like I have the design tab, transition tab, animation tab, which are available here. From the view and review tab, let's say if I want to move the view up about the review, I can use this move up option. So that way you can manage it. You can add whatever there is in the popular command that you can add here. So that way you can manage the entire ribbon which is there by using it. In here also inside options which are available, there also when you click, you can use the move up down arrow if you want something which has to be there first, second. So that sequencing you can manage it from this option. So depending on how you want to use the options, you can definitely customize the ribbon as well. Search bar, which is here, so many people don't have it. Once you upgrade the Microsoft Office, you will definitely see the search bar in all the applications what you use, like Word, PowerPoint, Excel. In all of them, you will see this search bar. After the ribbon part, we come to the slide area. So we have the left side panel on which we have the slides list entirely. And on the right side, we have the canvas. On this canvas, you have the slides, which is visible. And above the slide, I have the scale, which is there. On left and on the top, I have the scale. This scale, if it's not visible, you can see in the view, it is called as a ruler. So ruler option is there in the view tab, which will help you to see the ruler which is there. By default, we'll have the one slide which is available, which will be there to use. So it is a click add title slide. Whenever we are working with the PowerPoint, the blank slide when we choose, we have nothing, no design, nothing. It's a plain area which is available. But let's say if you don't have too much of time and you want to just start with a ready-made template which is available, that can be also used. So once you go into the file tab and you will see here, there is a new option. When you click on the new option, you can see the ready-made themes available. So here there are a lot of themes ready-made which are available, which you can use. So there are themes which will have suggested slide formats which are available, as well as just the color combo. So there are two different ways which we can utilize these themes. One, which is available here. The second, which I am telling, that I will also show after this once we explore this part, that is the design part, which is the old pattern which we used to have working on the PowerPoint, just using those design templates which are there. Now, these are called as themes, which are there in the File tab and the New option. So when you're at the first screen here, you can go to the File, and in the File, you will see the New option. So when you click on the New option, you will see there are themes option available. So in here, there is a search bar also through which you can search a particular type of theme. So there are so many different themes available. Here also, below the search bar, there are suggested searches options. So what are the different kinds of themes we can see? That is presentations. So as I click on it, it will show me the presentation theme which are available here. I can also click on back and go back to the same page And I also have the themes option. So when I click on themes, you will see all the themes which are there. I can also look at themes which are related to education. So as I click on that, it will search and it will show me. Now this particular option which we are looking at is connected to the server of Microsoft for the PowerPoint. So everything is from there. So once I select a particular theme, so I also have chart related themes. I can look at that as well. So many options available for all these different options of the concepts, diagrams. So if I have anything related to diagrams, if I want to create, so I have those kind of themes as well. So out of any of these, which I want to use, I can just click on any of them. As I click on it, it will show another box. It will show another box here, and here create option is there. So if I want, I can download it by clicking on the create. And it will have also a small description about what this is about. And you can click on this arrow left, right, which will show you the other themes which are available. You can explore it one by one like this as well, or you can see the search panel where it shows all the options. So whichever you require, you can just click on the create button and you will see that it is going to add that part here. So this is only about the diagram. So I have only one slide which shows that entire diagram, and I can just click on those text boxes and add my content onto this. So when I do a slideshow of this, you can see the entire slide will look like this. So a ready-made diagram which is there, which I can use. In the old versions, if you are using, you will not see this. In the old version, what you will see, you will have a design tab. In the design tab, you will have these options. So ready-made designs available. So if I am working on the old version, I will use the design tab where you will have this theme options. We can choose, it is only related to the color aspects of the design, a little bit of artwork which is there on each slide. So each design, there is a more button here. If you click on that, you will see more options as well. So these are all the old version themes which are there, design in the design tab. So we go to file, and when you click on new, you will see the design options. This is available in the new versions. So people who are having versions from 2016 onwards, you will have this theme options. So there are ready presentations available, like in the business option, you will see that so many different presentations, like we have this annual review. So if I click on this annual review, it has the number of slides available. You will see it has agenda, introduction, result from last year, some graph charts and all. So ready-made slides available. I just need to change the content as required, and I can also add slides which are required, which will be a continuity of the theme which is there. So the color combination and everything which is available, it is standardized. So you can explore this option. I'll wait for 2 minutes. And once you have explored this option of themes, you can just put done in the chat box. Then we'll go ahead and see more options. If anyone has any questions, they can also put the question into the chat box. You can ask. These themes which are there, they are free of cost, nothing to pay. If you having that version, then you don't have to pay at all. It's free available. If anything is paid or anything is there which is connected to where you have to buy anything, it will definitely immediately prompt you once you click on it to download. I'm currently using the theme which is called as annual review. So in the file, uh, new, and when you select the business option, you will see the geometric presentation, and the title of the first slide is annual review, and the presentation name is geometric presentation. In these slides, when you are using this presentation you are using, you can definitely uh, change the content of it. But if you look at the design part of it, the design, the structure which is there of the slides, the whichever design you choose, you cannot change everything. Yes, at some places you have the option of changing it and deleting it, right? Like this slide, it is having an image which I can select it and delete it if I don't require it. So the background which is there, it becomes black. And if you want to add another picture, you can definitely do that. There is an icon here of picture. I can click on this and I can select a picture if I have on my system, and I can add that. So you can definitely do a little bit of modification, which is there allowed, that can be done. Yes, everyone is able to explore this option of the theme. So while we are working on in the PowerPoint, we have seen that if you want directly use the ready-made themes, that is, you can do. The second option is in the design tab, which I shown that there are these predefined designs available. These are the old version templates which are there, which you can select it and they get applied. So simple design options which are there that can be used. So as you select it, it gets applied over the slides which you have. And these options which are there, they have color options as well. So like whichever, like this option I have selected, for that you have the color combination. So it is having the blue color, green color, red. These are the variants they call it as. So any more options you have, you can choose that. If you want to choose certain color combinations of it, you have the color options as well. So these are different color options from which you can choose. So this is there in the design tab. You choose any of the designs. You have the more button here. Out of this list, you can choose this particular designs, what you are seeing right now. They are available in old version as well. Any design you select, you have the variants here that are the color variants. You can just click on the more button to see more color options. You can just select, you can see all these color options as well. So there is one question Yash is asking that If I want to change the theme into dark mode or a light mode, so in the presentation slides, we don't have those kind of options, but your application window, which is there, the PowerPoint window, that you can change it to the dark mode or the light mode. That option also I will show you. So once I just complete this part, and I'll show that option as well. So in here, once you choose a design, you have the color variant options, which are there predefined. But out of these color, what you see here, if you don't like them, you can definitely click on the more button, and the color palette options are there. Variety of color palettes are there. You can choose out of that. Once you have chosen those palettes which are there, you also have the option of choosing the fonts. So once you choose any font out of these fonts list which is there, this become a standard for the entire presentation. So any font style you choose, that become the standard font for the entire presentation. You also have the effect options. If you want to give effects to them, that also can be done. Background styles, if you want to add, that is the background color which is there. In that also, anything you want to change, you want to keep it standard, you can use that as well. What we are also going to do here is that these are ready-made options. But let's say if you want to create our own template and we want to reuse that template every time, we can definitely do that also. So that also we'll see once we are through with certain more things of creation, that how to create different objects, different slides. And then we also come into the part of how to work with creating the themes, the ready-made themes which we have seen. They are using a lot of other applications and creating images and everything. But yes, nearby that we can create something with our own creativity, and how to save that theme and then how to reuse that theme multiple times, that we'll see. So everyone explore this option of design, and also seeing the variants which are available here in terms of colors, fonts, and effects, background. Just explore this option. Once you have done this, you can put done in the chat box, and I'll show that option after this one about the dark mode and the light mode. Please explore the option, everyone. Let's see the option of how to make the screen as a dark mode or light mode. Then this, once you go in the file tab, you have the options. Now this we'll do it from here. So when you go to the account option, here you have the office theme. So here you have dark gray, black, white, use system settings. These options you have through which you can utilize this. So as you use the dark gray, you will see my entire screen goes to the dark mode. So this option is there in the file tab. So now entire screen is into the dark mode. File. In the file tab, you go to account, and in the account you have the office theme. In that you can choose the dark mode, colorful, black, white, and according to that it will change the view of the screen. Now, one more very interesting thing and very important also is about the presentation slide size which is there. So currently in the new versions, the size of the slide which we use, that is 16:9. And why we have this size is because most of the conference rooms or the laptops what we use or the desktop screens what we have, they are all in that same ratio of 16:9. That is the resolution of the screen what we have. So that's why we have that 16:9 screen size which is there, and that is also called as a wide screen. If we not talk about the 16:9 ratio, it is also called as a wide screen. In wide screen, you will have different sizes like 13-inch laptop, 15, 17, and big screens like 32-inch and above that as well. So wherein all these are having the dimension which is there, it is 16:9, and all the resolution will change as the screen size increases or the quality or the technology changes of the screens. But for us as a presenter, this is very important to know that when you are choosing the resolution, you will see in the design tab, you will see slide size option. So there are two options which are available here, which is one is widescreen, that is called 16:9. This is the currently used size. And the second one is the standard, which is 4:3. So earlier to this widescreen, we used to have this standard option. So when I click on that, it will ask me maximize ensure fit. You can choose any of them and it will show you that size which is there. So now it becomes the 4:3, which is a square shape slide. Now this 4:3 slide size, where you have projector and screens which are there, they are in this square shape. So that was the earlier dimension which we used to use when we are having a projection on the screen with the projectors. So this was the actual dimension which was used. But nowadays, wherever there is a wide screen, through the LED screens which are there, we use the widescreen option. So either of the options we can use, no worries at all. It picks up automatically onto the screen as well. Difference is that only the shape of the size change, slide changes, the view of it changes. So if you are using a wide screen also and the presentation part where you are, it is a screen, it is having a projection in the square shape, no problem at all. Automatically the system adjusted size on the screen as well. So the projection which is done there now, it is already adjusted automatically. So no worries at all. But yes, if you feel that something is there which can be changed, maybe before you start creating the presentation, you need to check on the venue that how the projection would be there. But rarely you will have that issue if you are using a wide screen also. Projections which are done through the projector, it will automatically show that screen size. So no worries at all. The only difference which is about the visibility is about the screen visibility. Like LEDs are very bright And when we are using the screens through the projectors, they are mostly using the dark rooms. So if it is dark, the things which are there on these slides are clearly visible. So when you're projecting on the screens, mostly you require a dark room where you're presenting it. So accordingly, you have to have the color combination in your presentation. But if it is there on the LED screens, then accordingly, you will choose the color combination. So bright colors to be avoided when you are using LED screen as a presentation. So you should have soft colors. You can use bright colors into the screens where you have the projector screens available. So that you can adjust it through the options which are available. Like we have all these color options where you can use these soft and warm colors for normal presentation as well. We can use neutral color as well, which can work on both kind of situations. So then you don't have to change at the last moment when you're presenting it. So that's really important of choosing the colors while we are presenting it. Especially in terms of the LED screens, if you have too bright colors, very difficult to view for the participants who are there. So it's better to have soft colors, which may work on both as well. Not too bright, not too dull as well. Now we have seen this part. Now we see one more very interesting thing here. I'll just choose a normal background. So now we come to this part where we want to create and understand the different objects available in our PowerPoint. Before we get into the creation of the objects, few more things about the slides, what we have. So we have this slide, which is there, which is having the text boxes available. These text boxes can be used to add the titles all. But if I want to add more and more slides, you can go to the home tab. You have the new slide option. You can click on this and you can just click on any of the format which is there, the layout that you can choose. So these are standard layouts which are available for title slide, title with content, section headers, to content, comparisons, titles, and blank slides. So this is a standard layouts which are available for any file you open will be available. So as you select any of them, you can just click and it will add that layout with this slide. So whichever is the last slide available here or whichever you have selected and you add that, just click on new directly. It will add the same layout which is available. So you can go on adding it, as well as if you press on a keyboard Control M, that's the shortcut Control M, which will add the new slide. Also, if you want to look at more and more shortcuts which are available in the PowerPoint, many places when you make your cursor over that option, you will see a box will come. In that box, you will see the shortcut is visible. That is one way you look at the shortcuts which are available in your PowerPoint. So whichever place I go, I will see the box will come. It will tell about that option, a little description on that, and you will be able to see the shortcut if it is available. So once you click on the options, it gets activated and it will show you that. So wherever you go, you will see the box and it will show the description about the options. So we have added these slides. If I want to remove these slides, you can either select that slide and delete. You can press the delete key and it will remove the slides. You can also right click and choose the delete slide option. That also can be done. So as I was talking about the shortcut keys, you can see in here the box it is showing me the shortcut key, which is Control M to add the new slide. Wherever you go, you will see the options. If at options you don't see the shortcut key, there is another method which we can use to use the keyboard and use that option. So on your keyboard on the left side, in the bottom near to the space bar, you will see Alt key, Alt. When you press the Alt key, you will see the tabs have these icons, the alphabets which are there in the black color boxes. When I press the Alt key, this gets activated. So for each tab, there is an icon which is there, which it shows. So as I click on any of the icons, alphabet which are there, so I press H after Alt key. So it will go and activate more options inside the ribbon which is there. So in the ribbon, if I want to go into more options, let's say I want to add a slide. So now after H, I press I. So it will show me this more options inside this. I can use my up down arrow key to select a particular slide. And once I select it, I can just press enter. So it will add the slide. So it is Alt H I, and then I can explore using the up down arrow key, and then selecting enter, it will add the slide. So Alt key is also a useful option to reach to a particular place in the entire application window. So you press Alt. Let's say I want to go to insert tab. So press N. It will show me the entire tab which is there and the alphabets which are there. So as I press the option, let's say T, it will show me all these options. So I can select the table variants by using the arrow key and the shift key and then press enter. So it creates a table for me. So using the keyboard also I can do it. If sometimes your mouse is not working, you can use the keyboard as well. So everyone try this, exploring the Alt key using the keyboard and getting the certain options. Once you've explored it, you can put done in the chat box. And others, if you have any questions, you can post on to the chat box. So if you want to work with the shortcut keys, one is that when you're exploring the different tabs which are there, when you bring your mouse cursor over any of them, you will see the shortcut key visible there. Many options will not have as well, but using the Alt key, you can do. So on your keyboard near to the space bar on the left side, you have Alt key. So when you press the Alt key, you will see at the top, all these alphabets related to the tabs are showing. Once you want to go inside any of the tabs, you can just press that tab icon. Let's say I want to go to insert. So I press N key. So now it goes to the insert tab, and there are on the ribbon, all the alphabets are showing. So now from there, if I want to add something like, let's say I want to go to shapes. So I press SH, and you will see all the options of shapes. You can use the arrow key. You can use the arrow key to add any of the shapes which are there. Select it and press enter. You will see that the shape is added. So Nidhi, you are asking about the table which I had added. So table here, no, this is a standard format in the PowerPoint. But yes, if as you go on adding the text here, it may increase the size automatically. So as I go on adding, you will see that automatically the size of that cell increases. So the entire row which is there, there it will show you that the size of the heading which is there, it will increase. Also, if you want to do it manually, want to adjust it, you have uh, this arrow which is there. With that, you can definitely increase or decrease the size of this heading part as well. Also, the font size will matter. Once you increase or decrease the font size, accordingly that box which is there, it will reshape or resize it itself in that size. So it is flexible, it is dynamic, it will do that. We are going to come on to this part as well, how to create these tables and all. But we are using shortcuts. So just to explore that, we have seen these options as well. So when we talk about these slides which are there, if I want to make the entire slide by plain without having these text boxes, so most of the people what they do is they click the text box and then they delete it. So if there are multiple text boxes available onto the slide, it becomes little difficult to do that, or it will be time consuming. So very simple way is that you select that slide, and if you want to make it blank, you just go to the layout part. So here there is an option of slide layout. So you click on that and you can choose blank. So it removes that layout option which is available. Or if you want to add any layout specifically, you can just choose the layout. It will add the layout for you. So to make it blank as well as to select a particular layout, you can do it. So that is the slides what we are working on, where we have seen the inserting of slides and also deleting the slide. And we have also seen how to change the layout of the slide. In all these different layouts, what you see, whenever you are adding it, in some of the layouts, you see these icons are also available. So in this box which is there, this is also called as a placeholder. So if it's a text box, or it's a box related to the image, or it's a box related to any table, graph, anything. So once we'll start working on creation of the theme of the slides, you will be able to use the placeholders. So here you have these placeholders and you have these small icons inside this. So whichever object you want to add onto this box, you can choose that. So if I want to add a table, I will select this insert table option. Then this small icon will come. It will ask me that what dimension of table you want. So how many number of columns and how many number of rows I want to add. So I can click on OK, and it will add that table. As I add more content onto the table, it will go on showing me the size of the table will change. So in the placeholder, you have these different icons which are there. So if I want to add a chart, I may just click on the chart icon and it will ask me what kind of chart you want to add. You can just click on it and it will add the chart as well. So it will put that chart inside that placeholder. So here in the slide section, in the home tab, we have seen layout. So how you can add more and more layouts, or you can change the layout, which is the existing slide. If you want to add the new slide, you can choose any layout and add the new slide as well. So it will go on adding the new slides at this place. Then you also have the option of resetting the position or the size of the slides which is there. So if I am doing any changes into these slides, I can use the reset option as well. So if any slide position is changed, you can just click on the reset. It will do the reset of it. So right now nothing is done here on the slides. So it will not show much of the changes as well. Now let's come to the creation of the objects which are there in the PowerPoint. One by one, we'll see how to use these different objects. So let's select one slide and make the layout blank. So I just make it blank. So you all can also have a blank slide here. I'll first demonstrate the first object what we are going to work on, and then you will all can try on that. So first focus on these steps, what I do. So we go to the insert tab. In the insert tab, I also have the option of insert the slides as well, which is the same option available in my home tab. Same option here as well in insert. I also have an option of reuse slides. This same option is available in the home tab as well. Reuse slides is like whatever presentation you already have, from that you want to reuse the presentation, you can click on reuse slide. So on the right side, you will see a search option will come, or you can also browse it through it. So you can type the slides in the file which you have said, you can type that name as well, and it will search for it. But if it's not showing it, you can select as well through the browse option. So I can click on the browse file on my machine, and then I can select the PowerPoint file which is there. So I can select a file which is already there. And once I select the file, you will see it will show me that file here inside the PowerPoint. So it will add up, and then I can explore this and get these slides, whichever I required. I can just copy the slide and add it to my existing file, which is there available. So that is browsing through that as well. We can use the option. Let's look at this option of table. So in the insert, I have the table, and there are two different ways we can use the table. So if you browse, if you hover your mouse over this boxes which are there, you can see that number of columns and rows will come. So as you click on this table option, as you bring your mouse cursor over these boxes, you will see that number of rows and columns will get added. So as required, you can choose that, and that table will be added here. You can also select the other option, which is called insert table. So when you click insert table, this small box will be coming, and you can put the number of columns and number of rows in this field, and accordingly the table will be created. So once the table is there, you can select it, you can move it anywhere inside the slide. Once you click on the table, you will see there is a new tab coming, which is called as table design. Table design will show you variety of options through which you can format the table. Here, the first option is table styles. So the color combination which is there in the table, if I want to change that, I can just click on the more button. You will see a lot of options available here. You can select any of these styles, whichever you want. Just click and that style will get applied. As you click, that style gets applied. So that is table styles. But if you want to manually change the color which is there, you can just select the area where you want to apply the color. Let's see the title here. So you need to select the entire title together, left click and drag over it. And in the table design, you have the shading here. So shading, you can choose the color, whichever you want. You can just select it and it gets applied over it. And as you click inside any cells, you can see the cursor is blinking, and that point of time you can type and do it. You can also change the color of the borders which are there. You can select the entire table and you can select the borders. You can add the borders which are available. So many different options available, left, right, top borders that you can add to it. If you want no borders, you can just keep it no borders. So it will have no borders at all. So once I add the table here, I can just go on adding the values which I want. So I can just click. And when I want to go to the next cell, I can press the tab key. So my cursor will jump to the next cell, which is there. As I go on typing, I press tab key and the cursor goes to the next cell. So when I'm here in the last row, and in the last cell when I'm there, and I want to add a new row, and just press tab key, it will add a new row. So when you're going on tabbing it, it goes to the next cell. And when you're on the last row and last cell, when you press tab key, it will add a new row to it. But if you want to add the columns, we then need to select that particular cell where you want to add, right click on it. And at the top, you will see these icons will be there. You will see insert option. Then it will ask you insert column left or right. So you can choose which you want to have. You can select that and it will add it. So you select a column where you want to add left or right. That column you choose, right click on it. Select at the top, you will see insert option. Click on it. You will have two options, insert left or insert right. You can choose any of them and you will see that a new column will be added. If you want to delete of the column as well, you can just right click on that column and at the top you will have delete column option. So you can delete the column as well. So just right click on the column and select delete. It will delete columns. Similar to that, you can also choose the row, right click, and you can delete the column and rows from this. If you want to delete the entire table, you can just select on the outline, the edge of the table, right click on it, and just press delete key on the keyboard. It will delete the entire table. Yeah, I'll repeat these steps. Okay, so I'll go to insert. First, I will add the table, and then the other steps which I've done, that I will repeat. So insert, go to table. You can select the insert table option. It's more easier way to get the table. So insert table. You'll get this small box here. In there, you have number of columns. So whatever number of columns you want, you can just type in that. Let's say I want 3 and 2 rows I want. So I can do that and click OK. So that table will get added here. Then in the title, I want to add the titles. So I can just go on typing, like let's say serial number, location, product. And when I press tab key, I go to the next row. I can just go on adding. Once I type it, I can press tab key, then type the location, product. When I press tab key, it will add the row. But if I want to add a column, what I can do is select the location where whichever column I want to add, just select it, right click. As I right click on that field, at the top you will see small boxes will be there, and you can click on insert and select insert left or right, and that will be adding that column. But let's say if you're not able to right click and add this, you have one more option that can be done. So once you select the table, at the top you will see a layout option. At the top you will see layout. If by right clicking you cannot see the option, you can select the layout tab. In the layout tab, you will see on the left side here, there is a rows and column option. So once you have selected a particular cell, and you will see that adding the insert left and insert right, that is for the columns. The blue icon which shows that is related to columns. Here in the middle, you see the rows. So this is about rows and columns. So if I want to add columns, I can just click on right or left. It will go on adding the number of columns. Same way, if I want to add a row, wherever I want to add, just click that cell. You can insert above, you can insert below, and it will go on adding them as also. So in the table, you have these variety of options. The layout panel is the best way to actually look at more and more options which are there. So let's say if I want to delete the columns, so just click on that particular column and you have the delete option. You can just click on it. It will ask you delete row or column. You can select it, and as you go on selecting it, you can delete them as well. If you want to change the color of the table, you can just go to table design and you can select any of the color layouts which are there. Everyone, my voice is clear to you all. Maybe if some people are facing that voice cracking or so, maybe internet fluctuation, maybe on my side or your side, you may check your connection as well. So in the tables part, we can explore more things also. There are other options. Yeah. So I'll just one more time show about the inserting the columns and rows. So wherever table is there, you can select the one selected cell which is there where you want to add the columns or rows. You can select it and you will see at the top, you will have this layout option. So you can just click on the layout and you can click on the insert right or left and you can add it. So on the with the keyboard, I can add the rows by selecting the last cell in the table and press tab key, which will add the row. For column, I don't have the option of adding the row directly. So maybe I don't know if that with the keyboard, if I want to add, also I can use the Alt key option. So when I press Alt JL, and I, it will give you the right addition of the column. Alt JN Alt JL and L will allow you to add on the left side of the column. So you can use the Alt JL, I and L option using the keyboard to add the columns. You can also multi-select these rows and columns. You can use the mouse to select these entire columns and use the delete option. So it will delete the option as well. Now there is one more thing which we can do inside the table is that if many times in the tables you want to merge the columns, the cells which are there. So you can select multiple cells. Is my screen visible to all of you? Okay, thank you. So first we look at this option that if there are two cells and you want to merge them, so selecting it, you have in the layout merge cell option. So those two cells become one cell. This entire cell become a single cell. And also if you want to split them, you have the option, you can select the cell and click on split cell. It will ask you how you want to split number of columns and number of rows. So that also you can do it. By clicking OK, it will merge them into 2, 3, whatever number you require. So here, this is the table what we have created. You have all variety of options in here and you can work on this table. So what I want you all to do at this point that you will create a table in which you will put down information which is related to your favorite travel destination. Okay, so everyone, you will create a table which will have a list of your favorite travel destinations, and in one column you will have the destinations, and in the another column you will put the details about the destinations. So any column you can put like the location name which is there and the options you are going to explore in those destinations. So at least 3 to 4 destinations you can put, and related information related to that destination in the table you can do it. So take 5 minutes and everyone create the table related to your favorite destination you want to visit. So everyone do that. Once you have done that, after 5 minutes, you can put done in the chat box. So everyone create the table and do that. So what I will do is in the next session, we'll be sharing the option related to the shortcut keys which are there. So you can explore all those shortcut key options available here. So here, when you're doing these kind of operations like merging or splitting cells, it is very much easy by using the mouse, because you need to select the specific values which are there or the specific cells and then exploring the options. So once you have selected, you can also use the Alt key. So Alt JL, Alt JL, P is the shortcut key for split, and Alt JLM is the shortcut key for merging. So Alt JLM for merging the cells. So everyone try this. Create a table wherein you will put in the your choice of destinations and related columns which you will create. You can put the information which is related to that destination, or you may also write like what you want to do in those destinations. According to that, you can create the columns. So take 5 minutes and do that. After that, we see more options. So if you want to add another table, which is already you want to add, you can just press the keys, which is Alt N and T, Alt N T I, and it will give you this box, and you can just put the numbers for the columns and rows and click OK or enter. You will see this box will come. So Alt N T I, Alt N T I is the shortcut key to insert the table. So to moving the table, very simple method is there. Once you have selected the table, you can just, on the edge of the table, you see this four-headed arrow, and you can left click and just move anywhere you want to place the table, you can place it. So very easy method using this four-headed arrow, which is there, you can move it. Or else once you have clicked on the edge of the table, you can use the up, down, left, right arrow keys to move that as well. So that is also one way you can utilize the movement of the table which is there. Also, when you have added certain text inside the table, in the location tab which is there, you can this text which is there, you can also use the text directions. So you can use all these options to change the direction of the text. If you want, you can do that as well. So I'll be sharing a list of shortcut keys which you can explore on the PDF file which is there. Okay, let's go and do the next thing. So this was about the tables, what we have seen, which we are uh, creating here. So this table, so one question was there that can we export this table? So we cannot export this table really from here, what we have created in PowerPoint, but you can copy paste this uh, in the Excel also. But instead of copy pasting this, there is another method what we can use. So in the insert, you have the option of inserting an Excel spreadsheet. So you can click on the insert Excel spreadsheet option. And it will embed that Excel into this. So a small box will come, which you can increase the size by using the corner points which are there. So it will show you the view of the Excel grids which are there. So we are actually opening the Excel inside the PowerPoint. Now, if I want to type anything here and create a table, I can do it here itself. At the top, the my ribbon which is there, it will change, not of the PowerPoint, it will be showing the ribbon of your Excel. So right now you are inside PowerPoint, but doing thing in Excel. So if I create something here, so if I create anything here, any values which we will put here, that will be in the Excel itself. So you do any calculation, anything you want to do, that can be done here. Once you have done that, you just need to click outside. Now what happens is you see the values like this, but you are able to see the other area which is there, which will be seen here as well. So this is a part of the Excel. So as you double click back on this, it reopens the Excel. The only drawback of using this is that the formatting which is there, it would be very tedious and difficult task of using the Excel part of it, because every time you want to do anything, you have to click back inside, double click, and the area of usage is very small. Also, the other part which is there, if that is you don't want to see it, there is one more way. We can do it in the view tab. We unselect the grid line option. So the other part which is there of the uh, Excel worksheet, that is white area, but still that will be there because my bounding box of the entire table is still that large. It does not get reduced. So I need to work on the area which is there. So the other method what we utilize here is, instead of writing anything here using insert table option of Excel, we create something in Excel and then copy paste it here. So we'll see that option as well, how to do that. I'll just select another slide. To make this layout as blank. Yes, so I'll just show the first step which I had done. So if you want to add a Excel embedded table here, that is from the PowerPoint itself, you go to insert. In the table option, you see at the last option, which is called Excel spreadsheet. So when you click on the Excel spreadsheet, you will see that a small table will get added here, which is an embedded Excel table. So a small box comes here. So if you want to increase the size of this, you just need to uh, look at the corner points which are there, left click and drag, and it can increase the size of this. And you can see that spreadsheet of view which is there, how we see in the Excel, the same way. Once this is active, at the top, you can see the ribbon, which is same like your Excel. So right now inside PowerPoint, we are working on Excel, but the working area of the Excel is a small box. If you want to increase the size, you can definitely do that by pulling this corner points which are there, left click and drag it. And you can create a table here itself by just entering how we do it in the normal Excel part. So you just go on typing the values. And you will see that it works like the normal Excel what we have. Once you have done this, you want to do any formatting, like you want to add borders, you want to add borders, you want to give colors to this, you can do everything what you do in Excel can be possible here. So that all things can be done with this. Once you have done this, when you click outside this, you will see that entire Excel background will be visible with that table which is there. So this is what we'll not like to have when we are inserting the table through Excel option inside the PowerPoint. Because the other area which is there, it really does not help me. It is taking more space, and formatting that is a tedious job. So the other way, what we can do is using the direct option of Excel. So I'll show that step as well, how to do that. I'll just remove this. What we do is we'll open the Excel. I'll just open an Excel. Once Excel is open, we'll just put the values here. Once you have put the values, you just create the table here. So whatever table you have, whatever you have created, you can just format it, everything on this place of Excel. Once you have done it, just copy this, select this text, which is there, the table. So once you have done in the Excel file, whatever table is there, you just copy that, Control C to copy it, and go to PowerPoint. Once you go to PowerPoint, right click on this, you will see multiple options in the paste. So first is the use destination style. So it will pick up that as a normal table of Excel. Okay, this is one. Second, right click, choosing the second option, keep source formatting. So you will see this kind of table, right click. Third option, it's an embedded one. Third option is embedded. So embedded is where when I double click on this, it will open Excel. It will open Excel for me when I do paste it as a embedded one. So that is the third way when I paste it. Right click. And the fourth is the picture. So fourth one is the picture option. right click, and last one is the normal text. So the four ways the Excel data I can paste it here in the Excel. So this is the first one, second, third, fourth. So these are the different ways you can do it. The first one is the normal one, which is the destination. That is the PowerPoint format which is there. It will paste according to that. I cannot do anything going back to Excel. Second option is the normal table which it has created with the format which is there in Excel. Third, I have this. It is an embedded one. Paste picture is like normal paste picture. So it is like just an image. It is just an image. You can't do anything with this. But in the first where I have done, you can edit the text here if you want to change anything in the first option. In the second option, here also you can edit it, but it is having the format which you had in Excel. The third one, it is an embedded one. If I want to edit this, then double click and it will open the Excel options for me. So that is where I can do the editing. But using the embedded option here and editing would be very difficult. Instead of this, we use another method, that is you creating a link of it and doing it, because this is very tedious to manage. So that is where. And images, when you use, where you don't have to do any changes. So that would be a very interesting way you can work, where nothing has to be changed. You can just use that. There's one more way which we do is in the paste options, in the home, when you go in the paste special, when I do paste special, there is paste link. I'll see work Microsoft Excel worksheet object option. I'll select that and click OK. So I'll get this same table added here. And also interesting thing is when I increase the size of this, now it becomes automatically large. In other options, it is little different. When I increase the size, sometimes it may resize, sometimes it may not resize. But in the link which I've done this, I'll repeat this part. Already my table in the Excel is copied. So till the time this dotted line is on, my data is still in the clipboard. It is copied. So when I come back to my PowerPoint, what I do is I go to Home tab in the PowerPoint, go to Paste, and go to Paste Special, and you select Paste Link. Select Paste Link, and you will see Microsoft Excel worksheet object, and then click on OK. As you see, the object is added here. And this, the best part of this is when I go back to my Excel, here, if I make any changes, here, that since it's a link, it will help me. So whatever changes I do here, it will also reflect onto my this object. Sorry, got disconnected. I'll just repeat these steps. So I did this steps which is related to getting the table from the Excel and pasting it as a link. So I just go to the Excel. In Excel, I will select this data Control C to copy this. Go to PowerPoint. Let's select a new slide. And in here, you go to the Home tab. In the Home tab, you go to Paste. You will select Paste Special. You will see this box here. Here, select Paste Link. In the Paste Link, you will see Microsoft Excel worksheet object. Select that and click on OK. So the table will be pasted here. You can move it anywhere and you can increase the size also. Once you have increased the size, you can adjust it and move it wherever you want in this. And in the Excel, if I do any changes, that same changes will be visible into my PowerPoint as well. Since it's a link, it is easy to work with this as well. So whenever you want to make any changes to this, you will go back to the Excel and do there, save the file, and the reflection of that will be seen here. So everyone try this option. Once you have done this, you can put done in the chat box. If we make any changes here in PowerPoint, no, it will not do the changes in Excel in this option what we have done, but it will go in the Excel itself directly. If you are doing an embedded one, then it will reflect directly in Excel. So when I'm here and if I paste the data, so let's copy this and we go here, and if I paste this as an embedded option, in the embedded option, if I double click here, it will show me the changes in Excel as well. But you see, there is nothing much of this there, but instead of the embedded part, the paste link is the best option to do, because I've done the changes here, but it's not reflecting yet. See, 95, 65, this is the changes which I've done, but still this is not reflecting in my Excel. So it is not showing me any changes. It is only having a changes in that same pasted option which is there. But I can do changes by opening the Excel inside PowerPoint by double clicking here. So it gives me the Excel worksheet interface here, and it allows me to change here. But it does not make any changes to the original file, because when I pasted this, I pasted it as a copy of it. So it is having no link with the original file. The other one which we have done this thing, it is having a link with the original file. So if any changes I want to do, I will do that in the original Excel file, and that will show the changes here in this as well. So apart from all the options what we have seen to get the data from Excel, the link option is the best option to work with. So once you have explored this option, you can try and put done in the chat box. Then we'll see some more options. Let's look at something more. So we go to insert. In the insert, we have seen the table option. You also have other options which is related to pictures. So in the pictures option, you can download the picture from your device if you have any. You can take the picture from the stock images, which is provided by Microsoft. If you don't have the subscription version, you will not see this option. Stock images is only available for the subscription based version, which is Microsoft 365, which was also called as Office 365, but now it is called as Microsoft Office 365. So in that, you will see stock images where I can utilize all these images which are available. And these are all copyright free images for the Office subscribers. So this one particular thing as a legally, if you look at legal dimension of it, many times presenters who are presenting to a lot of general public, and if they are using any images from the internet, they have certain images which are having copyrights to use, which you cannot use it without the permission of the person who is the creator of it or has the right to it. So you have to avoid those kind of images to use in the PowerPoint. So here we have the stock images, which I can use it without any fear. I have the all rights to use all these images. I have so many options to use, like patterns, computer related images, dusk, speed. So whichever image I want to use from this, I can just select it and that can be inserted easily. So the image can be inserted here. So that is from the stock image. But if I have something which is from the online pictures, so online pictures, when you go, you will get a Bing search option here, or there are preset options related to what you are looking at. You can click on that as well. So here you will also see that whenever you search for something, it will also show you things related to the copyright issues. Now, whenever you are searching online pictures option, it goes to the Bing search, which is Microsoft Bing search. It is similar to your Google search. When I click on any of the options, let's say I click on this Apple, so it will search for all these different uh, pictures of the apples which are there. You can go click on the back. You can go back to the search options as well. You can see different kind of backgrounds. So this is going to the search options and you can explore the different pictures option available here. Easy to search, easy to get things here. Just select it and click on insert, and that image will be here. So once we add any of the images here, when you select the image, you will get the option of picture format. You get the option of picture format. In picture format, you have variety of options where you can format the picture. So you can resize the picture by using this points which are there, the white points, left click and drag. And here, all these editing stuff we do where your usage of mouse will be more rather than the keyboard. So when you select this picture, you get these options wherein you have picture styles, which adds frames to your pictures, ready-made frames available. You can explore these different options for these different pictures which you have. Just click and it gets applied. So if you don't want to waste much time on thinking that how the picture should look, how the frame should be, you can just select all these options and it will, make the image more attractive and effective to present. So you have so many options available to do that as well. You also have the color correction options. So to enhance the picture view, you can use all these different options available. If the image is having all the effects correctly, then you don't need to worry about. But yes, if you want to do something more creative, you can utilize these options which are there, and the image can look more creative as well. In the picture formatting, so in a particular shape, if you want to insert a picture, that we will see by adding a shape, and then we can do that as well. So that also option I'll show you. So once we complete the part of the picture, and when we come to the shapes exploration and learning of shapes, that time we'll also see how to add a picture inside a shape as well. So in the picture, there is one more very interesting option which we want to see. So let's see that. So I select the picture here. So in this picture, what I require is I just want this person, that is a human character which is there, to use it into my slide. I don't require the background which is there. So selecting the image, going to picture format, on the extreme left, you have the option called remove background. We have the option called remove background. So just click on remove background. So as I click on remove background, I'll see this pink area which is coming. That pink area which is there, that will not be there in the image. But still, there are some parts of the image which is having the pink. That is the human body which I require. So for that to adjust, we have these two buttons, keep, mark areas to keep. So we click on that, and we'll see a pencil icon here. So whichever area we require in our image, we'll just left click and just put a small line over that. So it will turn to the original color which is there. You can also zoom in the image to look at the areas proper, and you can just draw small lines on the areas which you require. So as you do this, that pink color which is applied on that area will get removed. This is a little bit of editing part of the image. We need to do it. And on the shoes, I require this much area. So as I just go on clicking on this part, it will just show me that part which is there. So sometimes it will come back also already which areas you have marked to keep. Okay, this much area is done. Now this green grass is still visible, which I don't want to see. So then I'll select the other option, which is mark areas to remove. So I select that option, and then I'll click on this green grass. So as I just draw the line here, that much part becomes the pinkish area part. So only this human area which is there, that will be visible. Now still little bit of hand which is there. So I'll use the mark areas to keep, and click, just draw it on the hand which is there. So I've done all the markings which are required, and then you can click on this option called keep changes. So you'll see that now only the human body which is there, it is visible, not the other part. So this is called a remove background option, which can be utilized to get a particular object from the image, and rest other part will be invisible. So everyone explore this, the options of the images. You can insert an image from the online pictures or the stock images, and you can add frames to it, or you can give effects to the image. So try it, everyone. Once you have completed experiencing this part of the images, you can put done in the chat box. So when you will select the image, once you select the image, you will see the picture format at the top. Once you select the image, then only that tab will be visible. Also, one more thing we'll see here for the pictures. I just add one more slide. Let's add an image. So once you can add as many slides as you want. So it depends on what kind of presentation you are doing and how much time you're going to present it. Depending on that, the number of slides will be there. There is no limitation as such, but yes, if any technically limitation is there to add any number of slides, the system will automatically prompt you. As in different versions, there are different limitations to adding these slides, but hundreds of slides you can add in the presentation. Totally depend on the uh, timing of the entire presentation, what you have, and how much time you're going to spend on each slide. We're going to come on that part where how you practice your presentation using the tools which are there in the PowerPoint, and how you manage the time as well. So we are going to discuss on that as well once we get through with the options which are available with us for creating the presentations. Okay, now in the picture format, one option which I want to show you, that is like any picture image which you have, and you require only a certain part of that image. You don't require the entire image which is there. So you can select the image, and in the picture format, you have the crop option. So there is a crop button on the right side. When you click on that, you will see these black color lines will appear. When these black color lines appear, you can crop it from the side which you don't require. So let's say if I don't want this tree which is on the left side, I can just crop it. So only this much will be visible, which is in the gray area, that will not be visible. So once I click outside, only this image is visible. But when I'm doing the crop part, it does not delete that area which I've removed. So if I click here back on the image, and here I have the reset option, reset picture. So that it will come back to the original which it was. So reset I do, or there is one more way which we can do. So once I've done the cropping, let's do the crop one more time. Selecting the image in the picture format, you have the crop. You will see this black color lines on the corners also. You will see, you can use that as well. So the gray area which is there, that is not visible now. So when I click outside, only the cropped part is there, which I require. So whenever, if I want to come back to some part which I want to show, you can click back on the crop option. So you will see that gray area which is available here. And if I want to increase that area which I want to show, I can easily do that. So it does not delete or remove the other parts of the image when you're doing the crop. It remains as it is. Also, the size of the image does not affect at all. It remains as it is, what it was there. So in the PowerPoint, when you're using crop option of the image, you can come back to the original by using that same option. So here, if anyone has any questions still here, whatever we have learned, you can ask on it. So everyone do practice this, whatever we have learned today. In the coming sessions, we'll have more to learn and explore in this application. Very, very interesting things are there to work with. So we are going to do all things step by step. And I hope you enjoyed and learned a lot of things from this session. So tomorrow, the same time, we'll meet for this session of PowerPoint and keep on practicing what you have learned today. So Amar, are you there?
Yes, I am there.
So if we can close the session now.
Yes, we'll wind up now.
So tomorrow, same time, we'll start the session.
Yes, tomorrow same time.
Thank you, Amar. Thank you, everyone.
Yeah.